Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ronnie Ocampo. I'm a former wildland firefighter. I did 5 seasons on an engine crew out in Idaho for the BLM. So firefighting is my passion. I was on a volunteer crew, so I have a little bit of experience with that. But so if you're new here, hi, welcome. If you guys are joining live, make sure to say hello. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And then if you're on the replay, what's up, replay crew? Go ahead and leave where you're coming in from as well. I would love to know. So we're going to go over some fire news. And then we're going to go into some fire technologies because I'm really digging. On Monday, we talked about a couple fire technologies. And so I found something else, and I just think that it's so cool. I love that wildland fire is evolving. So we're going to dive into that. But yes, so welcome everyone. Welcome. So we will run the intro. All right. Let's see where people are from. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. So I know I'm a little bit late because, if you don't know, I have a newborn and, we just have to be resilient. And so if you guys are wanting to catch me live, make sure you guys are hitting the bell, the notifications, so you guys get notified when I go live, because I may schedule it for 11, but my time, mountain time. But depending on the baby, we have to work around him. So that's where we're at right now in life. So, okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about, which is really, really sad, there has been another firefighter death, unfortunately. So I found this article. Firefighter dies in Oregon while fighting wildfire in Josephine County. So if you guys don't know, Colin Hagen, he passed away, and they just had his memorial service. But a firefighter died Thursday while fighting a wildland fire in Josephine County, Oregon, forestry officials said. The Oregon Department of Forestry and the Bureau of Land Management confirmed the fatality late Thursday night, saying the incident took place earlier in the day. The firefighter's name is being withheld while their family members are being notified of the death. Our deepest sympathies are with the family, friends, and fellow firefighters during this time. The cause is under investigation, and more details will be released as they are confirmed, the ODF Southwest Oregon District said. So the death was reported the same day a memorial was held for another firefighter, Colin Hagen, who was fatally struck by a falling tree just over a week ago on Wednesday, August 10th. He was fighting the Big Swamp Fire in the Willamette National Forest. So that's really unfortunate. So I'm sure more information will come out about that. But one thing that I wanted to, specifically this article, is that you can click on this link for another firefighter, is Colin Hagen. It's not going to show you guys, but you can click on that and it'll actually take you to his memorial service. So you guys can watch that if you are interested. It's just so unfortunate. It's such a loss and such a hit to the fire community. So my sympathies go out. I hate having to, this is news that we're talking about. It's not fun. So of course, deepest sympathies go out to them. So like I said, I'm sure more information will come out about that one. Okay. So we're going to switch. And we're going to go on to our next topic. We're going to go into NIFC. We're just going to, do, of course, the overview of all the fires that have gone on. So let me get to the top here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, a total of 59 active large fires are reported throughout the country. There was a new one. Where am I reading? I know there's one. Oh, here we go. 3 large fires were reported in Idaho, Texas, and Washington. So, I know a lot of people are just twiddling their thumbs. They're like, what is going on? I'm not getting called out to any fires. And I know we talked about this on Monday, but on here it's man, the highest amount of fires and the highest amount of acreage is being burned. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys get called out on fires. I know a couple people that were on here on Monday. They got sent out to out on a fire assignment. So that's awesome. So hopefully you guys get to be sent out. But so yeah, there's not really a ton of stuff going on that I wanted to cover in here. But I did want to talk about a little bit about the Moose Fire. So, and that's in Idaho. And let me share this with you guys so you can see it with me. I'm going to go over to InciWeb, of course, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The fire has grown significantly since we last talked about it. And this was updated 13 minutes ago, which is awesome. So let's see if I can bring this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay. I wonder if I can click on this. No, it's not going to bring it up. Okay. There's a total of 776 personnel, 86,000 acres, and it's 34% contained. So they do have, I don't know if you can see it very well on this picture, but on this northern ridge and the western, or on the eastern ridge, or at Fire Edge, they have all of this contained, the solid black, which is amazing. And then, of course, the red is all active fireline. So they have a little black right in here, if you can see that. And I did watch their brief, and they did say that there was, over the night, they did have a couple spot fires. So they have people out there on those so it doesn't grow, any bigger. So they have a lot of resources down on this southern edge to pick up any spot fires. But the reason that I bring this up is because we're going to go into fire technologies. And so we're going to go ahead and swoop. And so the really cool thing, so on Monday we talked a little bit about drones, and we talked about the RC26, the capabilities that it has, like the IR capabilities where it can see through smoke, but it can't see through clouds, which, it's kind of a bummer. But kind of in that vein of fire technologies, I saw this article on Wildfire Today, mapping wildfires from 70,000 feet. And they did this actually on the Moose Fire, which is really cool. So, and it's, so if anyone's been on the Moose Fire, please let me know if you guys saw this, and if it, I don't know, I just want to know if you guys saw it, because it does say, okay, let's just read. So the U.S. Forest Service is partnering with NASA to evaluate the use of 2 high-altitude, long-endurance drones to improve wildland firefighters' situational awareness. So the first is a balloon. So last week, a balloon laden with a sophisticated package of electronics hovered 60,000 feet over the Moose Fire in Idaho. Its mission was to assist firefighters in improving and maintaining situational awareness. Some of them may have seen the shiny object the size of a football stadium, even though it was more than 11 miles above the incident. So I'm interested if you guys saw this, because that's freaking huge, right? So I just think that'd be so cool to see. So the company that built and operates the aircraft, Aerostar, calls it Strato, or Strategic Radio and Tactical Overwatch, a technology that is in the research and development phase. How cool is this? Like, if you aren't a fire nerd, you're not going to think this is cool. But I think this is freaking awesome. It has, okay, let's just continue reading, because the article knows more than I do. So the Strato is basically a giant mylar balloon with solar panels, batteries, radio equipment, cameras, and sensors. It has the capability to collect infrared and visual data, broadcast an LTE or a cell phone signal, has a high band radio that can enable push-to-talk communications, can operate a Wi-Fi network. So to me, so you're on the Moose Fire, right? You're in Salmon, Idaho, where there's steep mountains, there's rivers, there's rocks. It's, yes, there is a town right in there, but I think once you kind of get more into the mountainous landscape that the fire is in, it may be difficult to get a cell phone service. So even if say you have cell phone service at the Moose Fire, but you are in the middle of somewhere else in, say, Montana, middle of nowhere, no cities around. I'm wondering if this is going to give you capabilities to have your cell phone on you. And it's just going to help with just communications in general. Of course, situational awareness, of course. But I think the communication piece is key because I think back on the, oh, why can't I think of it now? I'm on the spot. Sorry, the hot shots, the whole team that got run over by fire. Why can't I think of the name right now? Leave it in the comments for me. Leave it in the chat. I need your help. But hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. That whole crew, except for like the one person that got run over by fire. So I think of them, of their radio communications where like it just, the communications wasn't happening. This is going to give, look at this. Like this isn't the entire fire. You're going to have communications across the entire fire. So because the balloons are all up in the sky, so you're able to reach over ridge tops and all that jazz because they can be used as repeaters, which is phenomenal. So I just think that this is so cool. I think that this is great. It's going to help with communications. It's going to help with safety. Of course, situational awareness, because all of this is feeding data back to, it says the Incident Command Center, where they're going to go ahead and pull all that information, analyze all the data. Of course, they can map things, which you can see here. You can see like the flight paths for, I think they just had IR sensors. But anyway, so I just think this is amazing. So let me know if you think that this is so. Thank you, Granite Mountain. Thank you. Let me pop, Ryan. Thank you, Granite Mountain. I appreciate you. Brain fart, sorry. So thank you, Ryan. Yes, so I think this is really, really cool. This Aerostar, I would love to work for you, Aerostar. I think that would be so awesome. Anyways, so I just think, I just want to talk to you guys about that because we talked a little bit about the drones. I think drones would be cool. But this is kind of like next level. So you guys can, I'll put all of the articles that I'm putting on there. Yes, I agree. Yes, not sure how certain balloons will work under some fire conditions. I agree with that because, of course, you're thinking, okay, so you're going to have balloons in the air and you're having extreme winds or whatever, like how. So I agree with you on that. That was my first thought, too. So that'll be interesting how they, I haven't read the article completely, so I don't know if they discuss that. I just saw the pictures and was like, ooh, looks cool. So, but I'll link all of the articles down in the description so you guys can check that out for yourself and maybe look into it a little bit more. Yeah. But, and then the next one is fixed wing aircraft. So this one looks really cool as well. If you see the IR sensors, I think of when we go to Afghanistan or something like that, like these aircrafts, they're little drones. I think they're so cool. But this is called, this is another high altitude, long endurance or HAIL aircraft. The Forest Service is looking at is Swift Engineering's Sol HAIL UAS. So yes, I don't know what that means, but so it's capable of staying aloft for more than 30 days at a time. The Forest Service, again, partnering with NASA, has issued a contract with the company. And as of March 31st, 2021, they had conducted more than 10 demonstrations of the solar-powered fixed-wing aircraft. Yeah, there's a video that you can watch. I don't know if it's actually going to. So it gets taken out. Hopefully you guys can see this. I can't make it any bigger. I apologize. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I freaking love it. I think it's so cool. And like you said, of course, like I wonder what winds, just like weather conditions will do to this. But, you know, we still have aircraft in the skies on fires too. So, but I think that this is really, really cool. Of course, it's a step towards the holy grail of wildland firefighting. Or having firefighters be more safe on fires. So I think that this is really cool. Of course, here's the data flow of them collecting the data, and then also I saw this Wi-Fi. Did you guys know about this? There's so many things like in the technology world I didn't know about, so I think it's really cool. So yeah, I think it's worth a shot just to check out like what's it going to harm. I'm sure this is a lot of money, so for the companies, I'm sure it's a lot, but I think it'll really pay off in the end. I mean, I don't know. Might as well try it, see what happens, because it's just going to collect intel, it's just going to collect data that you can use for the future. So to help people stay safe. And I love that. So I don't know. I just thought that was awesome. So if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. Yeah. Wind, smoke, heat, etc. Yes, a lot of factors that they're going to have to overcome. But, you know, with anything, it is what it is. Anywho, so I hope you guys, you know, found this helpful or interesting, because I found it interesting. I think that this is so cool. Ryan, have I ever had to use my shelter? And if so, does it hurt when the fire goes over you? I thankfully have never used my fire shelter. I have not had to use it. You know, of course, you practice at the beginning of every fire season, but that is the only time I've ever cracked open a shelter before. So thankfully I have not. And yes, I am sure it is very, very scary to stay in. I've heard people say that you're going to want to get out because when it's loud, it's really hot. And you're so uncomfortable that you're going to want to get out. But as soon as you open that, you're going to be gone. So it's best to stay in. But I cannot even imagine. Because, you know, I don't know if you know, Ryan, because I don't know if you've ever done it before, but before every fire season, you have to, you know, practice with your shelter. So you have to take it out. These are all practice ones, not like real ones. You open it up, you get into it. And sometimes we had to do them with like big fans, so like simulating wind, because you're going to be in crazy conditions, like especially if the fire front's coming and it's super windy and smoke and just all kinds of craziness going on. So we had to do it with the fans. So you're trying to like get your fire shelter and hopefully it doesn't like fly away. So you have to like hold on to that sucker and get in there. And then people will come and like try and shake the tent, shake the shelter off of you. So yeah. Or you have to make sure like all your body parts in, because when you have your boots and your pants on, like sometimes it's kind of hard. And so my legs kind of would always be out. So you have to make sure like all your body parts are in and it's like tucked in under you really good, but not touching you, because like it would burn the crap out of you. So yes, I don't know. Long story short, no, I have never had to use my fire shelter. Yes. Shelter deployment is literally a last-ditch effort at survival. Yes, like I hopefully will never, ever have to, because I would never, ever want to have to experience that if I didn't have to. So, anywho, yes. I wanted to ask you guys if you had signed up for the Wildland Fire boot camps. If so, please leave them down in the comments. I signed up for both of them. I talked to my husband, and I'm hoping I get picked up for one of them. The sign up was super easy. I wanted to go through the process because I wanted to see what it would be like. And so I want to let you guys know it's super easy. You just go to those websites, and I'll actually leave them down in the description box below again for you guys. Because I just think it'd be really cool. One, they're paying mostly, one of them is paying for it. But I think it's really great. And I actually looked up, because I wanted to go to a boot camp here in Colorado, but it's like $600 for five or 6 days. So I was just really, because I thought, of course, you're going to have to pay for a boot camp. So I thought that was normal. But then seeing these two fire boot camp opportunities where they're paying for it and you still get the certifications, I just think that is incredible. So even if you don't end up doing fire, or you're not really sure if you're going to sign up afterwards, you can still go to the boot camps and experience it. So I say that go for it. And it was awesome. It was just a really quick, simple, easy process. One of them asked if I wanted to upload a resume. The other one didn't. So they just asked you a couple questions of like, why do you want to get into firefighting? I can't remember the other questions. Dang it, I should have looked. But there's like 3 questions that they ask you. And then you submit and hopefully you'll hear back saying, yep, congratulations. Hopefully you hear back either way of like, yeah, you're in, or no, you're not. So that way you're not kind of like waiting. But yeah. Good vibes, tribe. I'm getting old and trying to get back into it. Not sure an active fire line is the best place for me. You know, I'm debating the same thing. I love firefighting and I had such a great time doing it. But now that I have a family, I have 2 little boys, I'm like, I don't want to be away. And I don't know. And I don't think my husband gets the concept of like, I don't come home at night. Like once you're committed to a fire, I can't just be like, okay, it's time to go home. Like I got to go home. It's dinner time. I got to get dinner ready for my kids. No, that's so it's a single, you can have a family, you can do it, but I really think it's more of a single person's game. But that's, I don't know. I would love to go back into fire on the fire line. I just don't know if it's the right fit for me, at least just yet. My son's only 2 months old, so I can't be away for too long. Everything about being a city firefighter. So I do volunteer. I was on a volunteer crew, a Wildland fire crew for my local fire department. And I was just doing weekends because I'm active duty military, so I can't commit to going out and being away for like a day or 2. I have other responsibilities with the military, so yeah, I don't think I can do that. But maybe Good Vibes Tribe, you can do that. City and county fire is extremely hard to get into where I live. Dang it. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys have any other topics you guys want to discuss, leave them in the comments, let me know. But I think that's all that I really had for today. There's not really too much going on. So let me pull that off. Sorry. Yeah, I think that was it. I was able to get a Amazon storefront. What? I qualified. So instead of putting all that down in the description for you guys of like, this is the best boots to get or whatever, I have it all in one spot. So I'll link that down in the description for you guys, because I know I would love to have like a comprehensive list of what all do I need in my line pack? What all do I need in my red bag? So I just put all the stuff that I'm loving, that if I was going out on a fire, this is what I would put and this is what I would do. So that's all in one spot, and I'm so glad that I was able to do that. So I have that for you guys. Also, of course, we have how to sign up for Wildland Firefighting. That's my free guide. And then also the 4-week workout guide to help get you ready for your pack test or for your fire season, whatever you want to do. I'm actually going through that whole thing because it's time to get back into shape. I've had 2 months after my pregnancy, so after giving birth. So it's time to get back into it. It's been a little rough. So we're getting back into it, because if I go to this fire boot camp, I've got to be ready, because it has been a while. So since I've done any hard labor. So yes. I am not National Guard. I am active duty Air Force. And I actually joined the military to be a firefighter. So I did firefighting with the BLM. I left that to go into the military to be a firefighter. And the military had other plans for me. So I do the opposite. I am inside a building with no windows on a computer all day long. It is the worst. I can't complain too much. I work Monday through Friday from like 8 to 3:30. So not a bad gig. Get holidays off. So I can't complain too much. So I've had a good gig here in Colorado Springs. So doing good so far. But I would love to go back into fire for sure. I think that the the work hours would be kind of shocking to me. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just doing 8s right now, which is great. But kind of the goal, I think, at least my goal when I was younger doing wildland firefighting, my goal was to work 16-hour days and be gone away from home as much as possible on a fire. Like any fire I would like to go for 14, 21 days, come home, do the whole rehab, and then go back out again as quickly as possible, because that's how you're going to make your money. That is not my priorities now. They have definitely shifted for me. So, yes. So, anywho. All right, guys. Well, that's all that I wanted to chat about today. So, like I said, if you guys have any topics you want to talk about for Monday, please leave them in the description. Of course, I will try to be on time. So I just schedule these of like, oh, I think around 11 he'll be asleep. So I'll put that in as 11 my time. But I apologize if I'm a little bit late, because we got to get the babes down for sleep. So anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys on Monday.